The first word that I'm going to tell you is the word differentiation. Anyone who understands what differentiation means? Now, judging from my background, you will notice that differentiation may mean something like this. You have a graph and you want to find the slope at a point. And actually the slope equals to tangent theta as indicated in the diagram. It's not 三角函數, okay? As I told you just now, I'm now talking about the meaning of words. So I checked over the thesaurus.com, trying to find some words of similar meanings. So the word that I'm looking for is differentiation, and I found at least 4 words. One is separation, contrast, discernment, and discrimination. Of these 4 words, the word discrimination attracts me most because it carries quite definite negative meaning. And when you talk about discrimination, you are always talking about power. Only those holding power can discriminate others. And the one being discriminated is usually the one with less power or no power. I'm interested in the meaning of words because I started to explore something called natural language processing, which I think I will be doing that for the rest of my life as a kind of continuous improvement for myself. If you are interested, you may join because it is completely free to learn and also to explore online. So I focus on the meaning of word. Now I'm presenting to you one word called can. What's the meaning of this word? And what does it relate to? I was amazed when I found that this is usually the surname of Muslim king, and is highly related to the religion Muslim. I'm not talking about religion today, but what I want to bring out is a story about a person called Rizwan Khan. I watched this movie last year. The name of the movie is My Name is Khan. A very touching movie talking about the life of a Muslim after the attack 9/11. The movie is my opinion. No one ever analyzed the movie as in my way. The movie focuses on differences. It talks about a person called Rizwan, as I told you. He has a very good mother. He has something very different from other kids. He has Asperger syndrome, 亞氏保加症. And he is also a gifted child who can fix all kinds of mechanical engines. And because of these differences, he was bullied in school. So if we are going to look at that mathematically, we plot his happiness against time. The function graph will look like something like that. Going down first, because during his childhood, he was bullied in school. Until a minimum is attained, you can find the minimum using differentiation. Ask your math teacher. And that minimum occurred when his mother found him a private tutor. He left school then, changing completely of his life. Stories always like this. This is the later happiness function of Rizwan. As you can see, after the dip, his happiness goes up because he works very hard with the private tutor. Even after his mother's death, he went to US, living with his brother, working with his brother, and finally met a woman called Mandira, who was a divorced Hindu woman with a child called Sam. They got married against the division or the differences between the two religions, Hindu and Muslim. Rizwan's brother did not agree to that. He didn't go to their wedding. But against all odds, they got married, settled down, had their business as a salon, and work and live happily. But that's not the end of the story. Something changed as shown in the graph. You can see a maximum point there. After I differentiate the function, I find this maximum point right at the moment of the 9/11 attack by bin Laden. So people in US reading newspaper, commentary, reports, all these things, they started to look at Muslim people in a different way. They lose their business, friends, life, and the worst, their son Sam was killed. What was the reason? To Mandira, the reason was the name. Because Khan, as I told you, was the usual Muslim king's surname. And Khan is highly related to Muslim. And Muslim, at that moment, people relate that to terrorism. So Mandela kicked him out, telling him that she's not going to live with him again unless he could tell the USA people, all the people in US, and also the president of USA, that my name is Khan. I am not a terrorist. If he could achieve that, she promised to be with him again. As a person with Asperger's syndrome, he took that very seriously and traveled around US looking for the president, looking for ways to approach the president and tell him that his name is Khan and he is not a terrorist. What was the end of the story is not to be informed here. You have to watch it by yourself. As a teacher, I won't tell you everything because the joy comes when you explore by yourself. What I'm asking you to do is, when you watch the movie during your free time or after your exam, try to think about what message you can get from the movie. Very incidentally, there is another message embedded in this year's DSE Chinese Composition exam, question number 3. I think most of you can read about that. So may I summarize a little bit in English because it's written in Chinese. Talking about mom, how mom judge other people on their clothing. Mom said, the work of our labor isn't good. They hand out clothes that is still dirty. But what is interesting is the daughter. Daughter heard about that, not saying anything. The first thing is to find out the reason. It's really strange. When you hear people commenting on another person, will you find out evidence to see whether the comment is fair or not, or you just accept that? But the daughter later find out that it was their window that is dirty, not the clothes of their labor. It's honored to be the mother of this girl, because she always looked for evidence to see whether she should believe it or not. So may I urge you, when you are judging anything, all except, of course, all except religion, you have to find out evidence first. See whether these kinds of comments or decisions are made on a fair basis. And as you have already found, I'm putting forward to you to end my sharing with my favorite cartoon figure. Biney. I first learned about this cartoon figure when I had my baby son. My wife bought him a lot of Biney cartoons, or not cartoons, Biney programs on VCD. My son played on one of the programs there. It's on season 1, episode 30. Everyone is special. The title is Everyone is Special. So when you are treating everyone as special, respecting one another, when you comment in a fair way. When you judge, when you collect other people's opinion, you follow only when you think that is fair, then you are truly respecting one another, and there won't be any kind of happiness function that is decreasing, because everyone will have a happiness function that is increasing because of the mutual respect. So when you have time, watch that. If not, I worried. I worry what? I worry what I heard news today. Because with unfair viewpoint, unfair judgment, what happened early this morning? Early this morning, we have the Boston Marathon explosion. A series of explosions occurred during the marathon in Boston. And as you can see, many people got hurt. We feel very sorry. But why these kinds of anger, hatred occur? Why people hate each other? It depends on how you look at other people, and it also depends on other people, how they look at you. In order to dissolve all this situation, may we take a more positive view on others and stop all kinds of these hatreds among us and among the world. Thank you.